Welcome and congratulations for taking uncomfortable action towards your business goals. You are here because you want to start a business on a low budget and perhaps you don't know where to start. So today I'm going to walk you through on a 6 weeks journey which will explain you what you need to do in the first 6 weeks to set up your business the way that you will be able to start selling in the end of the 6 weeks. And the business what you're going to set up will completely fit to your life. This is going to work like a roadmap, so it's not going to be a full step-by-step video, but I do going to give you the most essential tools and exercises that you can do now, so you can start working on your business today. So make sure to grab a notebook and a pen because I'm sure you're going to need them. You're going to make some notes, and also make sure to download the worksheets what you can find, I think, in the right side of this page, because as you listen to this training you can straight away fill out your worksheets, or maybe straight after the masterclass. So the first thing we are going to do for the first week of your being in the business is the inner work. And also we're going to discover what kind of business you should be doing. Often when we think about business, we have so many ideas and it's really hard to choose. And sometimes lots of us fell into the trap that we try to do too many things at the time, and then we cut ourselves so thin that we can't focus on any part of our business or our businesses if we started multiple, that we actually can't achieve success. So what I would advise you to choose one kind of thing for going on first, and once you master that one thing and your business is growing, you can expand it. And by the way, you don't have to marry to your niche, to your kind of business. You can change it as you grow. You can choose another type of business. You can sell the business what you're doing now and start a new one, or get people to work with you and expand. So the thing I like to do is look at the pep circles worksheet. On that circle you're going to see three circles which are intersecting each other. One is for your passion, the other is for your expertise, and the third one is for profit. So what I want you to do is look at these circles one by one first and add everything into the circles what belongs there. So for the passion circle, I'd like you to write down everything that you're really passionate about, things that you like to do, things that you often research, things that you would do for free, or things that you would even do if you need to pay for it. Once you're done with the passion, then I'd like you to go to the expertise. What are the things that you're really good at? What kind of qualification do you have? What did you learn in the school? What life experience you've been through? And the easiest way to see your expertise is if you think it through, what kind of questions your friends have to you, what things they ask your advice on. And that way you will know what is it that you do well. And once you've done the expertise, then I'd like you to think about the profit. Now the profit simply mean what are the things that you know you can sell, that you know people need and will buy, what you know straight away there's a market for it, or there's a way to sell that things. And maybe this is the hardest circle. It might take some research. You might need to go to Google and find out if somebody already selling what you want to sell, or if there's a need for what you have to offer. And just one note here, don't be afraid if you see too many people doing the same thing. There's no such thing as oversaturation, because nobody going to do the same thing exactly the same way how you do it, because there's only one of you and everybody else will do everything differently. Your personality is only you, so nobody can do the things you do the same way as you do. So the worrying part should be if you search for the idea what you have and you can't find anybody selling that thing. That might be an alarm that there's either no market for it or no worth the time to work with it, or it's just hard to sell or something like that. Now, once you filled all the three circles, I want you to look at the middle part, which I think I colored it green, which I call a sweet spot. We need to look for things that belongs to all these three circles, which we are passionate about, we are an expert on it, we are very good at it, and we able to sell. Now, what happens if only two of these circles meet? So, for example, if you are passionate about something and you are very good at it, but there's nobody going to buy it, there's no way to sell it, or it's just simply not something you can sell, then it's going to be your hobbies. And just an example, for example, I love painting, and I did sold two of my painting, and people said that I really good at painting. But the problem is I don't have enough time to produce the paintings to be able to sell. So I'm not able to sell those. That's why I didn't choose to be an artist and to sell my products as my business. The next option, if you are very good at something and you know you can sell it, but you are not passionate about it, that kind of business will very quickly lead you to get a burnout, because you're missing the element, you're missing that you don't like to do that. And if we don't like to do things, then every single day would look like work. If we do something that we're really passionate about, then we wouldn't feel it so much hard to do, and we wouldn't hesitate or wouldn't procrastinate on start working on our business, because we would enjoy doing it, because that's something what we're really passionate about. And the third option, if you are really passionate about something and you know you can sell it, but you are not good at it, then it leads to failure. Because to be honest, if I would be an artist selling art product and I didn't know how to paint, who will ever buy my painting? Nobody wants to buy a crappy service, or nobody wants to buy some product that are not good enough. So you need to concentrate to find something that belongs to all these three circles. Now that we find our sweet spot, often it happens, especially because we are all multi-passionate people, or I mean like lots of us are, that maybe you have more than one thing in the sweet spot, and that's okay. The next thing you should do, I included a worksheet also, that you need to prioritize which one fits best your life. You need to think through stuff like I mentioned with the painting. Do you have enough time to create the product if you need to create them yourself? Do you have enough materials or any other tools that you need to be on that business? If it's that business need a place to have a salon, for example, do you have that salon, or do you have money to rent a salon? Or is that business need you to do more qualifications and you might not have time to or access for those qualifications? So go through that worksheet and figure out and prioritize your elements in the sweet spot. And I like you to choose only one for now, the one which is on the top on the priority list. But what happens if for some reason you didn't find anything that fits to the sweet spot? Don't worry, I promised you a business, and I'm going to tell you a way how you can have a business. So imagine yourself 20 years before or 10 years before. I'm sure you had some kind of struggles in your life, or something that you didn't know what you know now. If you had a time machine and you had like 2 weeks to prepare a speech or a meeting with yourself in the past, and you will be given 1 hour to teach something for your past self, what is it that you're going to teach her or him? I know we all have something that we learned during our life, something that we've been through that can help others in their life, because people always gonna be somebody who's right there where you were in your past, and they need someone to help them out. Because basically what happens is, imagine two islands. Everybody starts here, you have your life and you have a trouble. For example, I don't know, you had a divorce, for example, and now you come out from that divorce and you're thriving in your life and you have your new family and you're happy. What happens then? You went through a learning curve, and it might be took you months and years to get here where you are happy now. What we are doing in a self-education industry, and this is what I want to introduce to you, that we have this island and we're building a bridge on the top of the two islands, so the people don't need to go down the long and painful journey to learn by themselves how to get to the good place. You can show them with your methods, with your expertise, what you went through, and they can save lots of time. Now that's why they can pay you for creating courses and teaching them what you already know. So in case you still don't know how to choose, I have another tip for you. One of my friend, she called Becky Jane Stephenson. She's an awesome life coach who will teach you how to thrive in life. And she have a tool that's really helpful to trick your mind and allow your heart to make decisions. So the tool what Becky is teaching is only require you to have a coin with you. I know we all know how to toss a coin, right? So the thing is, you decide which side of the coin will be which decision. And then you toss the coin, and as the coin flipping, you allow your mind and your heart to feel what they want to decide. Once you catch the coin, don't reveal yet. Listen to your intuitions. You will have a feeling which side you was hoping to land the coin on. If you have this feeling and you was hoping for one side, choose that side. Don't reveal the coin, just choose the side that you was drawn to. But if you did not feel anything, then reveal the coin and see what side it land on. And then observe yourself. Observe what reaction you're gonna have to the coin. Are you gonna be sad, or are you throw a smile unintentionally? That's going to be your cue. That's going to be your clue on which side you need to choose. So I'd like you now to stop this video and decide which kind of business you want to do right now, because if you know the kind of business you're going to do, then this masterclass will give you a better result in the end if you can follow along knowing what kind of business you are focusing on. And I'm going to be back in a second. Welcome back. I hope you took the time and chose your perfect business for you. Now, I'm sure it happened with you before, or perhaps it will be in the future, when we talk about our idea to have a business with our friends and family, and all we get back is like, are you crazy? Why don't you just go and get a job, or just do whatever you're doing already, you're fine, don't need to start a business, you know, things like that. And it can be really frustrating. So we need to learn how to support ourselves and be strong enough to push through obstacles without waiting for someone to support us. Because most of the time, unfortunately, families and friends are not going to support you until they see the results. And it's not because they don't love you enough to care. It's because they love you and they don't want you to fail. So they're trying to save you from failure. And basically unintentionally they are projecting their insecurities and limiting beliefs on you, because they can't see that this is possible or this is the right way. And I want to mention something that I heard recently which helped me a lot. I was in a training, and Trent Sheldon said that God give you the vision, don't expect others to see it. And this is really powerful, because it's really true. You see what you see, you know, you feel, you know you're going to get there, and you know exactly what you want from life, and you can see it's gonna happen. But others around you, they don't know your capabilities, they don't know the effort you're going to put into it, and they don't know what kind of knowledge you have inside of your head. So don't expect others to support you. Be strong and be ready to support yourself. So I want you to learn a tactic that helps you to push you through all the obstacles, because the strongest power to go along with our business, and basically if we set any goal, or if we have start a new course or start something new, this tool will help you to push through all the difficulties. And this is a tool from Dean Graziosi. He calls it the 7-level deep tool. And it's really simple. It's basically, you need to ask why 7 times. It starts with why do you want to do the business? And most people say, like, I want more money, or I want more time. And this is not enough to push you through obstacles. You need to ask back, why do you want more money? Then the next answer could be something like, because I want to provide for my family and my kids, I want them to have the best education. And then your next question again, why is it important for your family to have the best education? And then you explain that, and you go along 7 times to reach the deepest, most emotional vibe, which will push you through the obstacles. Now, when you reach level 5 and level 6, most often we have a really emotional feeling. Some of us cry, some of us have a bit of a struggle, and this is good, because that's telling you that you are going in the right direction with your task. If it's not giving you any emotion at all, you might need to look for some other kind of vibe, because this why, this deep reason that you want your business has to be strong enough to push you through any obstacles. And if you're not emotional about it, it's not going to help you. And one more thing you need to consider when you're choosing your business is whether you want to go solo, you want a partner, or you want a company. I included a worksheet for you where I had a table explaining the difference between these the 3 most common business types in the UK. And these are the self-employment, which is called sole trading, the partnership, which have different options, and the limited company. I'm not going into deep details on this. You can find lots of detail on the government's website, but make sure to look up that worksheet I included, because it will give you an idea what's the difference between them and which one would suit your life the most. Now, the last part of the first week that you need to do is setting your goals. And you know, lots of us probably done this before. Like, how many of you do New Year's revolutions, and in the end you promise, I don't know, I'm gonna exercise every day or something like that, and after 3-4 days you're going to stop it, and it never happens. It's really common. So many people go through it for 2 reasons. First of all, when we start a new habit, on the 3rd or 4th day we're gonna feel the resistance, because in our mind, our mind is set for you know, to be flight or fight, or become a statue. You know what they say, I don't really remember the words, but it's it's a really old mind, and during the evolution we still have this inside of us. And what your unconscious mind knows is whatever you did before was cool. You was surviving, you was living your life, or you were living your life, so it's fine. Don't need to change that. Once you start a new habit and changing it, then your mind will start to be afraid that he doesn't know what's gonna happen in with this change. He's uncertain and can't predict what are the outcomes would be. So your mind try to rescue you or try to protect you from being threatened or failed or any bad situation. That's why it will start telling you things in the back of your mind, like, oh, I do it tomorrow, or it's not nice weather, I'm not going to walk today, or it started raining, or maybe, oh, I'm so tired, I'm already sore from yesterday, I'm gonna take a rest, and stuff like that. It starts talking all these negative emotions and negative ideas to make you stop your new habit. On day 3 and 4 this will happen, and you need to push through it. That's why we have this 7-level deep, because if our why is strong enough, it will push us through this 3rd and 4th day. But the other thing you need to consider is when we're setting this New Year's goals or New Year's new habits, we just do it in an instant and we don't think it properly through. And when you set your goals, it has to be strategic. I do recommend setting a so-called SMART goal, which is an acronym. SMART stands for specific. So you need to, if for example, if you want to lose weight, you can't just say I want to lose weight. You need to say I want to lose 20 kg. The S and then M is stands for measurable. So it has to be, again, if you have a measuring tape but you don't have a scale, then you basically need to go for inches or centimeters instead of saying in kilograms, because if you say it in kilogram and you can't measure it, then how do you know if you got there, or how do you know if you are in a truck? It needs to be something that you can measure. And A is it has to be attainable. So basically the A and the R is very similar. The R needs to be realistic. So I normally get them together because it's hard to differentiate between them. One is about, like, if it's physically possible, like, I don't know, you can't make a water fly in the sky, for example. That can't be your goal because it's physically not possible, for example. But who knows, maybe in the future we might have some kind of geniuses who can do it. But the other part is about, like, you. Is it something you are possibly able to do? For example, if you've been never exercised before and you have an injury, for example, you can't expect yourself to run a marathon in 1 week. So it has to be something that is possible, but it has to be high enough to push you forward. And the T stands for time-based. So our goal has to be something that has a deadline. If you don't have a deadline, you will never know if you reached your goal. How do you know if you reach there if you don't know where you're going? So when you want to lose weight, for example, you can set a goal like, I want to lose 20 kg by the end of the summer, or by the end of August, or something like that. Make sure though you don't set a goal like which is not healthy, for example, losing 20 kg in 1 week, because that's not humanly possible and it's gonna ruin your health. So I hope this helped. This is what covers week 1 of your 6-week training, and I'm going to be back in a second for week 2. So go and grab a water and I'll be back. So welcome back. Week 2 is going to be all about your ideal clients and what kind of products you're going to sell. This is the last part on figuring out your niche. because the niche is basically the kind of business you do, the products that you sell, and the who you're selling it to. You know, I'm sure you heard it so many times that people say if you try to talk to everybody, you're going to appeal to nobody. And this is really true. When we say that, oh, everybody is my ideal client, that's actually going to lead to kind of failure or very big struggles, because we need to know who we're talking to be able to use the words that they're using, use the phrases that they're using, to be able to get into their mind and be able to think like them, to talk like them, so they will know when we have any video or text or any kind of message in our social media or in our business, they will straight away understand that you are talking to them. So I included a worksheet for you that you can fill out, and this week gonna take a lot of research. I do know it might gonna take a while, but I also know that it might not gonna take you a full week. But don't worry, the time you save in this week, you will need in the next week, in the week 3 and week 4, because they might gonna need a little bit more time than 1 week. So when we research our ideal client, we need to know as much detail as possible. Are they female or male? What age group they are? Are they kids or adults? Are they any kind of have any specialty like mental illness, or are they belong to one kind of culture, or are they belong to one kind of religion? What kind of income they have, how much their income. And we need to know the income for one reason, to know if they're gonna be afford you or not. So you need to know their income approximately, so you know how to price your products, or either if you need to look for someone else rather than those people if they can't afford you anyway. We need to know where they are they local or are they global? If you have something like an event where they need to turn up, is no point to advertise into China or the other side of the world, because they can't turn up on your event anyway because they're far away, you know. So many things we should consider when we think about our ideal client, and this is all for the reason that you can brand yourself and you can craft your messages the way that you reach them. For example, I put a post up one day. I created an ideal client diary. It's kind of like if you make a diary note, and I learned this from Deborah Louisi. It's kind of like if you make a diary note, but you don't write the diary by yourself. You put yourself in the shoes of your ideal client and you write the diary note as you were them. And then I extracted a piece of that and I put it on the post. And people told me that it was like if I'm climbed into their mind, if I was reading their mind. And this is really good to give you a feedback on if you are in the right track or not. So I'd like you to fill that form to figure out who are your ideal client. Now, some of you might have different ideal clients. For example, if you are an children's activity provider, you can be targeting the parents or you can be targeting the schools. It's totally okay to have 2 different kind of segments who you can market to, but make sure that every time you post something or market anything, you need to choose one and only communicate to one of them, because they will talk differently. And so something that might work for a school might not work for a parent, and vice versa. And for the products, I also included a worksheet for you, because every business have opportunities to have different kind of offers. There are the things that we can sell, the products that we can sell. There are the things like services that we can create or do for others. And there are things that we can teach. As I mentioned before, like self-education industry, there is always a need for new courses. So I'm sure everybody can create courses, and lots of courses can be something that related to your industry, your business. And there are two other ways as well, or three. It's all in a worksheet. I don't have it in front of me, and my memory is horrible. I can't really remember. But the thing is, you can have affiliate programs, for example, which is basically mean you sign up with a company who has products or services, and you honestly promote those programs or services or products, and you can add a link in the description or share a link with other people, and once somebody click on that link and buy anything from the website, then you will get some kind of reward for it, most of the time money. The other thing you can do is partnering up with other businesses. For example, if you have a flower business who sell flowers for weddings, and then you can partner up with jewelry businesses who sell rings for weddings, and you can make a contract between two of you that either of you, if for example you are the florist and somebody from your shop going to their shop to buy the ring, then they will pay you like, I don't know, 10-20% of the profit because the customer came from you. And other way around as well, if someone bought a ring and they offered them your florist services and they come to you and buy the flowers from you, then you're gonna pay that other business 20% or 10%, whatever you agree on. This is a really good opportunity because, for example, in the wedding industry, you have so many options. You can partner with the rings, the jewelry, the florist, the catering, the decorations people, the hiring places where people are going to hire the place. So many opportunities in this one. Also, there are ways you can create merchandise products for your business, which is called print on demand, and lots of options out there you can choose. It's basically you design something and you can print it on t-shirts, mugs, hats, bags, phone holders, anything really, and you sell those products, and you don't need to invest in it anything, because what happens is people buy the product, the money goes to the company, they deduct the price of the cost for making the product, and they send you what's left over. And this is again an awesome way to get yourself another kind of income. So I do hope you're gonna find this useful, and let's get your ideal clients and product base is cracking, and then I meet you here in a week for the week 3 training. So we arrived to week 3 in our masterclass, and this week 3 is going to be about organization and how to manage your time and tasks as best as possible to save as much time as possible for yourself. Now, the first thing I want you to do in this week is figuring out your business name. Because later on, everything we're going to do, we will need the business name. We will create our business plan, create our other documentations, which will include the business name. So that's why it's important to have it. Also, in the next week, we're going to create our website and other technical stuff, which also needs to have the business name figured out. So there are multiple ways to choose a business name. There is the easiest way is to choose something with your name and link it with the thing that you do. So for example, my business could have been called Timea Ashraf Business Coaching, or something like that. So people know what I'm doing and people know who I am from my business name. Make sure if your name is very difficult, then do not use that name. For example, my name previously was Zsolnai Maglotsky, and I can imagine probably lots of you can't really pronounce it. Like in England, I had a lot of trouble with it, so I would never call my business anything which includes my original name, because people not just can't able to pronounce it, but how they going to spell it out to find the right business what they're looking for. So if you want to use your name, you can, but make sure to check if your name is easy to remember. By the way, if you're using your name as a business name, this will increase your personal branding, because I aim to teach people to brand themselves, not their business or the multi-level marketing or anything what they are doing. If you brand yourself, and you want to change what you do, you can do, because everybody will still know you, who you are and what you do, because you branded yourself. But if you're going to brand a company or a product, or brand a multi-level marketing or anything else, then they would associate you with that company, and they will be confused if you do something else. Now, the other way to have your business name is to use something that's already in a dictionary. And also you can join two dictionary words together. Just like you see Facebook joined face and book together, that's called Facebook now. And this is very common thing that people do, and is most of the time easy to remember. Now there's an alternative for this. When you create your own word for your business, and for an example is like Pinterest. They joined pin and interest together by creating the word Pinterest, which is not a real word, but everybody actually understands what is it stand for, or I mean hope everybody understands, or they hope everybody understands. Now there's another type which is acronyms, and you might probably heard about KFC. This is an interesting story I just heard recently. They call themselves KFC because the long name would be Kentucky Fried Chicken, and fried chicken is not really healthy, so they don't wanted people to associate them with an unhealthy food. That's why they shorten their name and they're using it as KFC. So I hope it gives you some idea how to create your business name. And an important thing is make sure the word or the phrase that you choose is possibly as short as possible, so people can remember. Make it memorable, so it's easy to remember. And make sure to not choose something which can lead to confusion. So for example, if I would be a florist and I wanted to call myself Flowers for You, then there's a confusion that people don't necessarily know if you're using the word for written down F-O-R, or you're going to include the number 4 as 4. So make sure to be clear and choose a name that's not easy to misspell. Try to avoid difficult spelling words or something that are not commonly used, so people not straight away know how to spell it or pronounce it. That way you avoid the fact that if people searching for your business and they just can't spell it out or can't pronounce it properly, then they can't find it. And just a funny story about this is like we've been in a weekend in a cricket club, and we wanted to find how to go there on a map, and our friend just said a word like
chimney castle or something like that. And basically the way they write down that castle, it was like incredible. I would never have thought that I would need to spell that word that way. And now that I saw how it's written, I don't even sure if it's called chimney, but anyway, we got there in the end. But so just for your attention, to make sure people understand the words what you're using, and they can relate to it, they can remember it. It's always a good thing to include something in your business name that will tell them what you are doing. So, for example, Timea sleep consultancy, or Ashraf business coaching, or something like that. Or for example, my art and craft business was Crafty Corner Theme Side, and I'm still using this business name though. And it's because I was selling art and craft, and I was helping kids with art and craft activities, and that's why it was Crafty Corner, because it was my little corner where I'm crafting with the kids. And basically what happened is originally I wanted to name it as Crafty Corner, but as I researched, I found out that Crafty Corner was already existing. So what I did is I included Tameside, which is the town or the area where I'm living. So it added an extra bonus for people to know where I am. But this leads me to another point, that to make sure to check that your business name that you've chosen for yourself is still available. Because nowadays, thousands and hundred thousands of people going live and starting a new journey, a new business all over the world. That means every single day the numbers of business names you can take will be less and less and less, and it's gonna get harder and harder to find the best name that you want for your business. And thankfully there's a good tool that you can use to check whether the name you want to choose is available or not. The tool I will include in the description is called Name Checker, and you just type in the name you want to use, and it gives you a full list of places if it's available or not. It's like Facebook, Instagram, other social media platforms, .com, .gov.uk, or not gov.uk, .uk, or things like that. So all the possibilities, it will tell you if it's still available or not. Be aware, it might gonna take a while to find the right business name for yourself. So just don't give up, but try to find yourself one. I myself would advise you to choose something that you can easily use as your domain name as well without changing it, because that way you will brand your business with your website easier, and people would easily find your website by searching your business. The next thing in the organization section is, once you know, we covered already a lot of stuff. We covered our ideal client, we covered what we want to do, we covered our goals and what our visions for the next 5 years or so. So now when we get into our visuals, we need to pull the details from our ideal client avatar to see what resonates with those people. So for example, if you are somebody who's working with families to create a happy family life, you can use images of happy families or happy kids in your branding materials, in your posts, because families would like to see happy families if they are aiming to get their family happy. The same way, if you going to going to sell cars, for example, you might want to have some nice cars as your images saved for yourself to be able to promote with that. But the visuals, more than just the pictures, it's also the colors. And I do advise you to Google the meaning of the colors and choose colors intentionally. Don't choose your favorite colors. That's not really good strategy. You might not know, but we humans, I mentioned before, our brain is very intelligent and very hardworking machine. And so when we see a picture or a color, our brain automatically collects data from that color, and it's going to make you feel a certain way or make you think a certain way. So that's why we should choose our colors intentionally. When you go to Google and search for meaning of colors, you can see lists that telling you different colors and what the colors mean. What is it make you feel? For when I chose my colors, I chose the colors accordingly. For example, color red would be like alarm, danger, power, things like that. So make sure to research your colors and choose like 4 to 5 colors, not too many. And also when you choose your fonts, I'd like you to have 3 different fonts. One for your titles, whatever titles you're going to have everywhere. That's supposed to be something bold and fat and something which is very big and appealing. The next one should be for your text. For every kind of text, to use the same font, and it must be very easy to read, something that's available in every kind of computer and something that's really everybody can read it, so not crickscracksy or handwriting or anything like that. And then you can have another font which is more for your logos or signatures or anything like that, and that could be a handwriting one or something fancy, yet still make sure that people able to read it properly. And now once you have these colors and fonts, make a note, write them down so you won't forget. When you see the colors, don't just write down brown, write down the exact code of that color. I don't know what is it called, RGB or something like that, when there's a hashtag and I think 6 or I don't know how many numbers after that. Write that code down, so then anywhere you create your images and documents or anything, you're going to be able to use those colors. Now I want to have a note in here because we are in a branding part of the training now, and I just want you to know that branding is way more than just the business name and colors and visuals. Branding is basically who you are. Branding is how you dress, how you, if you have makeup or you don't want to have makeup, or branding if you always wearing a hat, or branding is how you speak. Do you use high level English, or you use low level English, what everybody can understand, or whether you speak in English or speak in other language, or what kind of visions do you have, what are your missions, what are your things that are a no-no for you, something that you won't ever do in a life, something that you never want to give your name to. So all of these things, all the way you do what you do is belong to your branding. The way you teach, the way you craft your marketing, the way you speak, everything belongs to your branding, not just the images and the business name. So it's really important. That's why when it's time for you to support any cause, make sure to choose something that resonates with what your visions and missions are. Otherwise, you're going to confuse your audiences. But this is a story for later on. Now, we covered basic parts, and so we are in the next step, which is about the documentation. I don't know about you, but I was like kind of overwhelmed when I found out how many different kind of documentation I should have had in my business when I started. And even now, sometimes I'm finding new things that I would supposedly already have when I started my business, but I didn't know about it. So I want you to know these, and it might take a little bit time to create these documents, but it's worth having them. So later on, you won't have either legal problems or any other trouble that going to limit your time or waste your time on a time frame when you don't have time. So it's always good to have these documents ready straight when you start, so you don't have to think about them again and again and again. Now I want to mention that, as you can see in the description, there's an option to upgrade to the VIP, and I don't want to push it on you if you don't want it, but I just want you to know that the documents I'm going to go through now, I will give you a checklist for you, so you can check which one you did, which one you didn't, or how you're standing with your documents. But obviously in a 2-hour training, I'm not going to be able to walk you through one by one in every single document, because this section is, I think, like 40 pages in my workbook or something like that. So it's a very big section. But in the VIP, you have access to a worksheet to create all these documents one by one, all of them. And by any means, I'm not a legal advisor. I'm not any kind of legal expert. All these documents will do for you is, if you have these documents yourself, if you create them by yourself, then you're going to limit the time what you spend with your lawyer. So you're not going to waste your money paying them, I don't know, 10, 20, 30 hours of work. You just pay them for checking your documents and make necessary changes if needed. And so you're going to save a lot of money if you can create your own documents. And the first document basically is something which is not necessary, not essential, but I would really recommend you have one, because if you are in a certain situation, this document would kind of save your life or save a lot of time and effort for you. This document called a business manual, and is actually work the same way like when you buy any kind of product and you have a piece of paper with it explaining how the product works. So in the business manual, you're going to write down every single detail of your business, login details, because we all have thousands of platforms where we have to log in, and sometimes something happened with our computer, we need to change it, we might not remember the details, and then we are in a big trouble that we can't log in again. So you can write down all the details, or where you need to log in with which details. So make sure this document is kept very safe. Nobody can access it, because this document will have so many information of you and your business. But why we need this document is, for example, if you want to pass your business to your family members, for example, your kids, or if somebody joins your team and you want to walk them through how to work with your business, or if you have an employee and they need to know every details, or they need to log into places, then having this document will make your life way easier, because that way you just hand them the document, show them which parts they need to study, and they will be able to start working with your business straight away. And of course, if the worst case happen, if you die for some reason, the next person who's going to take on your business will have straight away a booklet in their hand. They just open it and they can straight away start working with your business, taking over without much time wasted, because they will know exactly where to find the things, where to do the things, and how you work your work. So as I mentioned, we have the login details, we have the business bank details, We have the website details, domain details, email addresses. We have our accountant details. We have lawyer details, employees details in there, any partners if we have, any customers if we have. If we have, let's say, a Google store where we store all our documents for the business, all our posts, all our images, all our videos, then you can add the login details for that Google Drive or something, so they can access all your documents where they need it. So this is not necessary document, but it's a really a lifesaver in certain situations. Now the next one you might guessed already, it's a business plan, because how can we run a business if we don't know where we're going? It's just like setting a goal. You can't set a goal if you don't know where you're going. Doesn't matter how good map you have in your hand, if you don't know which direction you're going, what is the destination, then you are not going to be able to reach there. So a business plan basically is something that works out the details of your business. It tells who are your ideal clients, what kind of products and business services you do, what is your marketing plan, where are you going to market your business, if you have any employees or if you don't. So lots of details in the business plan. And as I mentioned before, I have a total walkthrough and a fillable document for you to create your own in the VIP. Then there are other documents you might need. So some, and if I forget something, don't worry, they are all in the checklist I included for you. It's just at the moment my laptop is broken, so I can't go to check that checklist at the moment. But I try not to forget anything. So other documents you might need is if you have a website, you will have to use a cookie policy. So you need to craft your own cookie policy, and you need to make sure that it's a pop-up window that people can click on, because in the UK that's a law now that you need to have a cookie policy. And lots of people don't know. I didn't know either before. And another thing for your website, you need to have, must have terms and conditions and privacy policy for your business. Because again, this is a legal requirement that you tell people in a privacy policy. Basically, it's required by GDPR law, and it's to tell people how do you collect their information, personal information, what kind of information do you collect, what do you do with that information, and how long you're going to keep it. And the terms and conditions, you need to have two of them. One for your website to tell people kind of like a rule book on how to use your website and what they can do or what they cannot do. And the other one is for your business or services on how to deal with you, or what are the rules on your in your services, in your business. And these terms and conditions which is for your business, it includes disclaimers, it includes the privacy policy, it includes refund policy, it includes payment policy. And these are really important things to cover, because I've been in a situation before which is very sad, and if I knew about this on that time, I wouldn't have been in this situation. So when I mentioned I saw two of my pictures, what I painted, and one was a beautiful bumblebee. I really loved it, and I would really love to have it on my wall. But I sold it to someone I thought I could trust, and so I sent the ready picture to her without any deposit or anything, without any contract or anything. And it was a really almost like if I would say a freebie, because these pictures like cost hundreds of pounds, and I sold it for I think 20 pounds. So it was like nothing, and I never got paid. So by having this payment policy and a proper contract with your services. It will allow you to save yourself and to be able to, if anything like this happen, to be able to go after your money and get paid if they don't pay you. And now, as I mentioned, contracts. You need to have contracts for, I think, 3 different kind of contracts I can imagine now. One is for your, if you are a service provider like me, I'm a business coach, I need to have a contract for my clients if I do one-to-one coaching, for example, because they need to know what we are agreed on, because this is an agreement between the 2 of you. And they need to know that this is a legal bind. So they have to pay me, and I have to provide the values and whatever we agreed on. And it includes everything, what happens if it's not being delivered, what happens if they want a refund. It includes the disclaimers that are necessary to make sure that either they follow my advice, they will take all the responsibility, and it's for you as well. If you follow my advice, I do my best to give you the best possible advice, but any action that you're taking is all on your responsibility. And so this is the one kind of contract which you can create for your clients. The other contract, the second one, is that you can create for your employees when you're going to start employing people. And this would include things like how much their salary, what are their working hours, what kind of contract they have, is it a full term or what's that called, a part-time job, or is a casual worker, if they need to work any extra hours, and if they do, then how it's gonna be paid, how many holidays they have, how much they're going to earn, and how often they're going to earn, and what way you're going to pay them, how much sick payment they have, or sick time, or something like that. So many details goes in that contract. And again, I have all those details worked out in the workbook, the full workbook, which is included in the VIP. So if you want to create these documents with as much help as possible, then I would really advise you to go ahead and grab the VIP, because it's a bargain, and it's just incredible how much value I packed into that course. Now, the third contract we could have is for partners. If we partner up with any other businesses, like I mentioned before, if you are a florist and partner up with a jewelry business, then you need to have a contract between 2 of you to make sure both of you keep the rules and keep each other safe. You're going to include things like what did you agree on, almost like a client contract. You include the terms and conditions on what do you want to do, how many percentage you pay to each other, and so on and so forth. Now, another thing you should have and you should think about is disclaimers. There are certain times when we need to include disclaimers. For example, you heard me say that I'm not a legal advisor, I'm not a legal expert. This is a disclaimer. This is there for me to keep me safe legally, that anything happen, you know, and you've been warned that you took responsibility for yourself, because I am not an expert. And I need to include this disclaimer to make sure that nobody gets hurt or nobody gets into a wrong situation, because in case I don't know something correctly. Also, if you have a health related business, you need to have a disclaimer that, for example, my kind of plan or diet plan or whatever is not how do you say, so you cannot change going to the GP to my plan to fix your problem. If you have a health problem, make sure to seek advice from your doctors and practitioners. Of course, they have a proper wording, and I think in the Google you can find any kind of disclaimer that you need, as long as you know what kind of disclaimer you need. And I have a brief description in the workbook, in the VIP, on what kind of disclaimers you can use for what type of businesses, because there are so many. And the list just reminded me about one thing which I almost forgot, is insurance. Every business should have some kind of insurance, but some business legally require to have some. So for example, when I was a children's activity provider, I needed to have public liability insurance to be able to work with schools, to work in events, because that's legally required. In case any injury or anything happens, then I will be covered with my business. Also, some of you might need different kind of insurances, and if you're working from home, you might want to consider to have a home insurance to make sure that anything happens, your business assets are not going to be wasted. You will get something back. So make sure to research the industry that you've chosen to know what kind of insurance do you need. And on gov.uk you can find so many information about this. And this is really important to have your legal documents right. Now, documents is done. The next thing we can organize is our time. So the best tool ever in my life I learned was calendar block scheduling. This has basically changed my life entirely. Before, I was all over the place. I always forgot what am I doing. My to-do list was, so big, and I never got into the end. I never knew which thing I need to do next, and then I was thinking for hours. Then, okay, what's next? What's next? Now, when I started using the calendar block scheduling, I know exactly what happens after what, because I blocked it out, and I know exactly how it look like. And I happen to have mine printed out here, but I'm going to show you the video in a minute on how to create it. So this is my, is it upside down? No. So this is my, what's that, a week, how it look like, a weekly plan. You see you have lots of colors. The main idea is to first make a list what you need to do every day or every week, and then prioritize that list and see what is that you cannot change and what is the most important thing. So for example, in my calendar, the red one are the things I cannot change. Those are my school drop off and pick up time. So those, I added those things first in my calendar. And then I knew I wanted to work when my kids are not home. So that was my first priority. So I added my work time here when my kids are both in the school and nursery. So I'm gonna show you in a second how to create this kind of calendar for you. I will play the video for you because I already created a training on this, and it will show you step by step how to set it up on your Google Calendar. So if you can, then follow along with your phone or with your laptop if you have one while you're watching the video, so you can save some time for yourself. And I'll be back in a second. So today we are going to talk about calendar block scheduling, because I think this is a really important tool, and this is a life-changing tool, and I like you all to have access to this. We have
nowadays a very busy life, and this whole lot of technology has changed our life dramatically. Because I remember when we grow up, we didn't have that much things to do, but now you have to keep up with this fast life, and we got more and more and more in our to-do list. And so, since I'm using calendar block scheduling, my not just my life has changed. My to-do list became a get done list. Every single thing I plan out, I get done by the end of the day. And I constantly getting messages from my friends or comments from my friends, how impressed they are about the fact that I getting done so many things in a life. So let's jump to it. Let me share my screen. And I hope you have your calendar with you. Now you can do this. Calendar scheduling with a paper printed calendar, or you can do it in any online calendar. I personally like to use Google Calendar because actually Google is linked with every single tool what I'm using, and is easy to get the things work together. And also I prefer online calendars because if life happens and you need to move around things or adjust on something, once you color coded over your calendar, it would be very difficult to change things on a printed calendar. However, it's really easy to do it in an online calendar. So I try to put it full. Yeah, I think it's full screen now. But let me check. Yeah, it's full screen. And let me just go to my Google. So the first thing you need is to have a Google account. I assume everybody has one, but if not, then you need to create one. I created one just for this training purpose, so I'm going to log into that. And then the next thing you need to do is find these tools, and then you go down and click on calendar. Now I like to set mine. I don't know why I'm logged in already. Let me just log out to the other one. 1 second. So let me log out. 1 second. Technical stuff. That's one thing I don't like about tech, that sometimes it doesn't work the way you like. I hope you still see my screen. Let me sign in, then I check it. And along the way, if you have any questions, then do let me know, and I will answer them. Just quickly log in. Okay. Now again, calendar. Right. I'm in my calendar now. Let me see if you can see the right screen. And no, you don't see the right screen. So let me just change the screen for you. I'm here. I hope you can see it right. I can't check it back. I just hope it's working now. Now, when you are in your calendar, you see originally it's starting with Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So the first thing I like to do is go to the settings and change it so it comes first with Monday. So here you can change the language, the country, the date format, the time format. You can have different time zones. So if you need to know constantly that, for example, you're taking trainings in America and they have different time zone than you have, you can add the secondary time zone and it will show up on the side of your calendar. So you can keep checking what time is in America while you are here. Now, as you go down, is not here. Here, start week on Monday. You can even choose alternate calendars like Chinese calendar, Hebrew calendar, Korean calendar, Persian, but I leave it as it is. And then you can change the privacy. You can only see your calendar or calendar default or private. Or the email events, if you have email events. So if you got an event in your email, that's automatically going to sync into your calendar, and you can change it here if it's only you or it's private or default. Yeah, that's it what you need to set up. Then get out from the settings, and now we have Monday first. Now the first thing I'd like you to do is think through what you have to do in a daily basis. What are the tasks that you always have to do? And think about which one is the most important and which one the things are you that you can't change. For example, I can't change the time when I have to drop my kids and pick my kids. So that's going to be the first thing that I'm going to add to my calendar. So first thing, I have to go from home. So the first thing you press is create and then add the title. So I add something like school run. And it's an event, so you can set the timings. And it starts for me 7:45. And I, not PM, it's EM. And I reach home at 9:30. 9:30. Now, I set it on this Thursday because it's originally go to the day where you are right now. You can make it an all-day event. You can change the time zone. You can make it repeat. Now, that is what I want to do because every single day I have the school runs. So I'm going to add every weekday. So once I add it every weekday, it will show up on every single weekday. Then you can add location if you want. You can add description. Description I will explain when we do the work tasks. Here you can change the color. I like to do it as red. And you can choose whether you are busy for business or you're free. And you can set your alarm or not alarm, what's that, notification if you want one or not. I like to leave it 30 minutes before. And then save. And that's created the school week for you. Now let me go to a week where is everything on so you can see. As you can see, every single weekday I have this school run here now. Now I have another school run which I need to add when I pick my son on Tuesday to Friday. I pick my son on 11 a.m. I have to go and I come home around 1 p.m. And again, repeat every weekday, and then I change. There's another you can do, custom. I need a custom because I don't need Mondays. So here you change, repeat every 1 week or month or year or day. I need 1 week. And I take off Mondays because my son doesn't go to school or nursery on Mondays. You can change when it's gonna be ending. I put never end because school is always on. And then done. And I add the same color as I had before for the school run. And I did not add the title, so I add again school run. And then save. And I don't know why is it not put it on Wednesday, so let's edit. If you click on something, you can edit it. And then let's see what does it done. So let's go back to custom, repeat on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Done. Why is it not working? 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Okay, save. Why is it not coming to the other days? This is strange. All right, okay. So this week is working. Now, I need another one for school runs when I pick my daughter. So again, school run. And then the color is red. And repeat. Oh, and it's gonna be 2 p.m. and I reach home 4 p.m. and repeat every weekday and save. Have no idea what's happening with this calendar now. For some reason, it is not working the way it should be. It's just because I'm teaching. I'm sure about that. When you change an event, you can choose whether it's gonna only change that only one event, or it's gonna change all the events what you added as repeat. And it's again not coming up. I don't know. Perhaps Monday maybe is a holiday or something. I don't know why Monday not working. But I'm going to show you my other calendar once I finished with this one because it should be working. I don't know what's wrong with this now. 7:45. Anyway, now I have my school runs done. The other thing I need to do and is non-negotiable is my work time. Now, as you can see, I have these slots. I normally work on that time. So I'm going to create a new one and I add work or business work. And it's from 9:30 a.m. till 2 o'clock. 2 p.m. And now I put it on repeat on custom every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, because Monday is my son at home, so I can't do it on Mondays. And then I leave it on busy because I don't take appointments in this time. Or 1 second, I do take appointments in this time. Right, I'm silly. I'm so sorry. This training is gonna be not like that I expected. So this is just till 11 o'clock. Because 11 o'clock I have to pick my son. Right. And so I changed this one to be free so people can book appointment to talk with me. And I've set the repeat, I think, already. Yeah, weekly on. Why the Monday is not coming? Monday as well. Oh no, Monday no. Yeah, I'm not sure what am I doing today. Looks like this is gonna be a silly video. So let's see. And this is how it looks on a full week. Now I have another slot and I forgot to add the description, so I'm going to add the description in this one. Title again, business work, but this time no booking. So I know nobody can book on this time. And I like to add the slightly different but similar color. So I know it's not the same thing. And I want this to be repeat. Let's set the day time. It will be from 1 p.m. 1 p.m. till 2 p.m. and repeat on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Done. And I keep this as busy so people can't book appointments for me for this time. Now you have a description. So you can add things like, let's say I'm going to do social media in this time, because it's only 1 hour and it's more than enough to work with my social media. You can add attachment if you want. You can add the full long description and like add the different formatting for your description. And then I save. Now this is how it looks like. And now I have this long time. I like to add something to do with my son one-on-one, but it's totally up to you how you want to do your day. These are my non-negotiables, and I also have the nighttime non-negotiable, so I add that one as well. Business work from 9 p.m. till 11 p.m. And I do this every single weekday. And I change this one to not busy, to be free, so people can book appointment with me. And now this is how my week looks. So now I see how many space I have left, how much time I have left to put everything else that I need to do. Sorry. Let me just check if we have any comments so far. No. So my priority is my kids as well. And my kids wake up normally like 6 o'clock or even before. So I like to have Saturday, Sunday full with the kids. But from 6 o'clock till 8 o'clock till 7:45, we have a morning routine, and it contains like breakfast and morning routine. Let's add this, for example, green. And I'm busy on that time, so people can't book appointments for me. And then change the time is 6 a.m. 6. Yeah, 6 p.m. till 7:45. And repeat this every single day, daily. because we do need a breakfast every single day, don't we? And then, yes, save. So now I have my breakfast scheduled. Now during the day, my kids have their food in the school and the nursery, but on the weekend they don't. So I add a lunchtime around 12 in the weekend. Lunch, and this is 12. And this is not Thursday. Let's do repeat, custom, not Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday for my son. And then it's green again. So I have the lunch done. And now we need a dinner time. So my kids normally have dinner around 6 o'clock. So I'm going to add that one. Dinner. And I like to schedule the nighttime routine with it. Well, they go bed at 8 o'clock-ish. So dinner plus nighttime routine. I like to do this nighttime routine until I start working at 9 because my son is hard to get to sleep. So I always allow like 2 hours for him to get to sleep. But we're getting there now. So it's going to be 7 p.m. till 9 p.m. or 6 p.m. till 9 p.m. And repeat daily because they need a dinner every single day, and this stays busy as well. So while I'm giving dinner for my kids, I'm not taking bookings or anything. So as you can see, my calendar getting pretty colorful now. Not many things left to schedule in. Now I like to spend this 1 hour at least with my son or by himself. So is Osman. And I add, let's add yellow. Or actually pink because the kids are pink. And he's busy again. I don't take any work things on that time. I spend that hour fully on my son. And I want to repeat this. Where is it gone? Repeat this weekly on Monday. Right, I have my Monday done, and you can see this long day on Saturday, Sunday. I like to have it full for my kids. So these are the days when we're going to the park, we're going to museums, we're going to adventures, any other things. So I'm going to add something here, add family time. And it's gonna be 7:45 till what time we have the dinner? 6 p.m. 6 p.m. I'm sorry that this training doesn't go the way I want it to, but I hope it still help you. And I like to keep this pink as well, so I know it's the same thing as kids time. And repeat, custom, Saturdays, Sundays, there. And of course, I'm busy on that time, so nobody can book with me while I'm with my kids and my family. So one more thing I like you to know, you see now you can see where I have any leftover time. If I want to wake up at 4:30, I can have some more job done if I wanted to. And I have some gaps where I can add activities I need to do or like to do. So one more thing here is I need to add some cleaning and cooking. And I like to do that when we come home from school. So I add here cleaning, cooking. And it's, we come home 4 o'clock. And I want only 1 hour to spend with this. And repeat every day. And let's get an ugly color because I hate this. And of course, I'm busy here because how can I do work or anything while I'm cooking or cleaning? Now you see I have to add the things which left. So my studying time, my me time, and here I wanted to get some extra tip for you. So when you do your calendar scheduling, always make sure to add some me time for yourself. We need a me time so we can relax a little bit, our mind can switch off, and we can recharge our batteries, we can get more productive that way. So find at least 1 hour in your calendar when you can do something just for yourself, something that you're really passionate about, something that you really love to do. So I'm going to add that time here on Saturday. Instead of business work, I'm going to have my me time every single Saturday, 9 till 11. That's my time. That's mine weekly on every Saturday. And let's add purple, for example, and save. And then another thing is what I would keep it important, that sometimes you need to schedule your content for your social media, you need to schedule your calendar if it's not ready, if you do week by week. And it's always good to plan ahead your week, plan ahead your months or days. So some days for me, always for planning, Sunday nights. So I'm going to add this again, 9 p.m. till 11 p.m. I have time to plan. This 2 hour gap is enough to, if you quick, if it's not too much thinking because you are not launching a new product or something, this 2 hour is enough to schedule a full month of content on social media. And also, I think you can get done your next day plan. But it all depends on how many other things you need to do or how many social media platform you are on. But it's good to have. Now, when you have your work time scheduled, I'd like you to decide which thing you do on which days. So that way you are more productive. Let me just stop sharing now. So basically, excuse me. When we do our work, we have to have a plan for what things needs to be done first. So you need to prioritize which thing will bring you closer to your goals. That way you are not wasting your time. You're going to constantly work on the thing that you need to do next. A good tip is to batch your tasks. For example, I have this YouTube channel and I need some content to my YouTube channel, or I need to shoot videos for my trainings, or I need to shoot videos for my TikTok. So there will be one day on the week when I'm only going to create videos for my work, whatever I need. Then there will be one day when I'm going to only write my book, or there will be one day when I'm only working on social media, or perhaps social media has to have some time every single day, a little bit of time. But sometimes you need extra to get some new things done, like changing stuff in your branding, or reach out to more people, or think about a new launch, or create a new group for your challenges or something like that. Sometimes you need extra on your social media, but I like to schedule my social media time. That way I'm not going to scroll all day like a zombie. I like to have maximum 1 hour on social media, and that's all. Otherwise, if you are not setting a timer for yourself, you very easily get down in a rabbit hole, and hours have gone by and you don't realize how many how much time has gone and you haven't done anything. So this is another tip for you to batch create things. And when the thing about batching is, when you need to create a video, your mind is set up to do that task. And if you add like a book writing in the middle and then you need to go back to creating a video, then it's gonna be extra work for your mind. So you're going to be less productive than if you're going to do the same thing over and over and over again until you're done. So if I would be recording, like, let's say 5 videos in one day, my mind will easily process the task, what I need to do, rather than shooting one video, then writing 2 pages in my book, then shooting another video, then going to social media. That slows down my mind. And it's work the same way with every single human, because we have a mind that likes to do the tasks the same way and likes to do similar tasks for an amount, like a set amount of time. It doesn't like to jump from here to there to there. So this is a really good productivity tip to get the things batched for you, so you not overwhelm yourself. And then when you set everything that is necessary and you can't change or is need to be there, then you will see how much time you have left for things like watching TV or reading a book, or going to waste your time on the social media, or I don't know, going outside for a walk. Or if you want to add an exercise, for example, I should put some exercise in my calendar, but what I normally do is I drop my kids to school and I walk home instead of taking the bus. So that's like 35-minute walk for me each day. But anyway, I hope this video was helping you, and I hope you're going to be more productive from now on.
Now, I hope you have your calendar schedule, and I really know that this is going to help your life. It's going to make your life easier. I know in the beginning it might take a little bit of time to plan your weeks every single week, or maybe you can create one for monthly or something like that. But it will eventually save you so many time and confusion on what to do next and what needs to be done. Now, another thing I'd like you to consider, if you have like my calendar, I only have it here like business work, and I do not necessarily know what is that business work mean. So I use Trello, which is an online tool where you can make lists, and you can list out what is your next plan for the next day or next week. But it's not necessarily, it's just helping your life. Every morning I think through what am I going to do on my business time in this day, and I think through the whole day, what can I achieve on that day? And also every Sunday, I think through what's the most important things to do next week. So I try to keep myself on track to always be planned and prepared for the next week. So I'm always moving forward. Also, the last part of this week is your content. Now, we can also plan and schedule our content, which is saving us lots of time and energy and effort. And it's amazing that you can also repurpose your old content. And again, I use Trello, and as a bonus, I added a template for you from Trello that you can use to create your content library. Now, in the VIP, I walk you through a full section on how to create content and which kind of content you should create, the 6 most essential content type for social media. And it's really valuable content. Some other people selling it separately as a different course, but I included in this course. And basically the 6 types are the following. The first is a story, which is about your life, to make people understand who you are, what are your values, why are you doing what you're doing, why are you different than others, what struggles you've been through. These are elements that you can add to create an emotional bond between your audience and yourself. Then the other one is values and unpopular opinions. These posts create a filter for you. So as I mentioned before, we cannot talk to everybody to achieve results. We need to limit our niche into a very narrow group of people. So when we show them our unpopular opinions, our values and principles, and they don't resonate with it, they're going to fall out, they're going to unfollow, they're going to stop being on your profile. And don't be afraid of this. It's okay, because we don't need them there. We only need our perfect clients, our perfect ideal clients. So those people would just take up space and energy. The third one is questions and surveys. These are very important to gather information from your audience, to know what they like, what they don't like, what they prefer. For example, I regularly ask my audience whether they like short videos or they like full training videos, or maybe they want recording videos or want live videos, or whether they want a worksheet or they want a full workbook. So I use so many questions in my posts, and these are really good things to get to know more about your audience. You can ask them, are they up late night or in the morning? So they will tell you when they are up, so you know when you can host your events, when is the best time for you to post. So it's really valuable thing to use questions and surveys in your business. Now the next one, I think, is 1, 2, 3, or 4. The fourth type of post is expertise, where you show people that you are the expert in your field, that you know your shit, you know what you're doing. And you know, the easiest way to do that is either creating training materials, just like you see me doing this course now, or creating PDFs to give away, or if you have a product-based business, then explaining about your products, what's inside, what does it do with your body, what does it do with your mental health, or anything. Some special things that not everybody going to list in the market. Also, you can use researching data to back up your expertise, to make sure people understand that You are not just guessing, you know what you're talking about. Then the fifth one is testimonials. This is essential. To make sure people are going to buy from you, you need to show them that other people who bought from you are very happy with their results. Because basically, we all have a kind of immunity for marketing, because so many people just keep dropping us their pitches, their direct marketing and everything. And we just don't listen anymore. We just don't trust anybody anymore. And this is just natural now. So when we see testimonials, we resonate better with those than the seller itself. And if we are looking to buy a service or a product, the first thing we're going to see are the testimonials, to see what others say about it. Is it a good product? Is it a good service? Or is it not? So it's really, really essential to collect these testimonials regularly from your customers. And the sixth one is a promotional content, because how on earth would anybody buy anything from you if they don't know you are selling? So it's really important to let them know regularly that you have an offer, you have a product, you have a free group, you have a free PDF, you have a video, you just give an interview for someone. Promote your business, promote yourself and your products and services regularly, so people know exactly what they can buy from you. Because people don't like to be sold to, but people like to buy. So if you give them value constantly, they will resonate with you, they will get to know you, like you, and trust you, and eventually they want to buy from you. And if you don't have a promotional post, they won't know what to buy from you or how to support your business. So with this part, we covered week 3, and in the next session, I'm going to talk about the technical stuff, how to set our frame, our websites, our courses, Facebook. So it's a really important part. So hold on till week 4. So we reached week 4 now. And week 4 is all about building our frame, building the frame of our business. So now that we have our ideal client, our visions, missions, we know exactly what to sell to, who to sell to, and we know exactly what kind of business we're doing, and we know our business name, we can start building our website and also our social media presence. Now, I included a video in the description, a series of video, because I had a 5 days challenge on how to create your website with WordPress. And I want you to go through that 5 days challenge and create your website in this week. Now, just to mention here, lots of people telling you need to buy expensive hosting, expensive platforms. Even if you want a membership site, I used to get an advice that I have to buy an expensive plugin to have my membership site on WordPress, but that is not true. My website might be a Frankenstein website, but it's completely free. I'm using all the free tools, free plugins, free everything. All I pay for is my hosting, which is, if you go with one and one Ionos that I'm using, the first year, you're going to pay £1 per month for your hosting and domain, which is a very good deal. And after the 1 year, I just crossed that line, I'm paying £6 now for the same thing. And when you choose your domain name and hosting provider, make sure to choose someone who's going to include a WordPress platform, because that's the most commonly used and most commonly advised platform to build your business on. And that's a tool, that's a platform where lots of things can integrate to. So I do recommend using a WordPress website. And also make sure that they're giving you free domain with your hosting, and they're giving you a free SSL certificate. Now, the SSL certificate is essential because basically when you open a website and on the left corner, you're going to see a locket. That means that the website is safe. And if you don't have that locket and you browse a website, for example, I have my Vodafone internet, and if I go to a website which doesn't have this SSL certificate, my Vodafone won't allow me to open that website because it's not safe, so it won't let me to open. So that's why you need to have the SSL certificate to make sure everybody can access your website, whether they have a firewall or not. I think that's the most important thing to look for when you choose your hosting and domain. But inside the 5-day challenge, I included a video that I used that compares lots of different hosting platforms or services, and you can choose whichever suits you the most. Now, once we get our website ready, we can, or simultaneously, we can build our social media presence. And again, you don't need to be on every single social media. You can be in multiple if you wanted to, with using scheduling tools. But for starting, I would recommend you to choose one. See where are your ideal clients hanging out, which one they use the most. And if you don't know, I would recommend using Facebook, because I think 90% or 80% of the people who have internet access, they are on Facebook. So it's billions of people you can reach on Facebook. And I also include videos for you to how to optimize your personal profile, how to use groups and others groups, and how to use your business page for your in your Facebook to get the most success in your business. And I'd like you to use these resources, so they are linked in the description for this week. Now, this is another part where you can think about if you want to do courses or challenges or something, you can start thinking about what will you teach or how will it look like. But we will go into deeper in the next week of this program, where we're going to talk about all the lead generation stuff. So this video is short, sweet and short for you, because all the resources and videos are included in the description, so you can go through them in your own pace. And I hope it's going to help you out in this week. Now, week 5 is automation. When we're running our business, we tend to have so many tasks in our side, what we need to do, and it's most of the time start out with a one-man band or one-woman band. You need to do everything. You do the content creation, you do the marketing, you do the branding, you do the trainings, you do the customer service, you do everything. So it's essential to find as much time for yourself as possible, to save as much time as you can along the way. And automation is an incredible way to do that. Now, in this week, I'm going to include some videos again. So, first of all, everybody needs to collect email addresses, because if you have your audience in Facebook or any other social media, those details are not belong to you. If anything happens to Facebook, if it's shut down or anything, you lose all the people and you don't know how to contact them again. So that's why it's important to collect your email list, to grow your email list all the time. So those emails will always remain with you, and you can keep marketing to them, keep contacting with them, keep growing the trust and like and know factor with them, so you're not losing your customers. That's why I'm going to share with you now how to create and use an email marketing tool, and it will be ActiveCampaign what I'm using. But I do know that MailerLite is free. So in the future, I'm going to look into that on how to use, and probably going to have training materials on that one. But this one is based on ActiveCampaign, and I think I'm paying £12 per month for ActiveCampaign, and I really love it. It's incredible. So do watch the video now.
Welcome. This is your screen recording training on how to use ActiveCampaign and create your own email automations and start collecting your email list and building your email list. So I'm not going to go through the registration and login details or how to get started with ActiveCampaign. So if you don't have an account yet, go ahead and create one if you want to use ActiveCampaign. And once you logged into your account, this is what you're going to see. So this is your dashboard, and you can have some information in here. You see how many contacts you have, you see your campaigns, you see your news, the latest activities. You can manage your templates, you can see your contact trend, how is it growing or falling behind, if people unsubscribing. You can see your automations and your top contacts, which is really useful, so you can see who are the people who interacting the most with your emails. Now in the left hand side, you're going to have your menu, this one, and I'm using my phone right now, so it's a bit difficult to show everything, but I hope I can show everything. The first button is the getting started. This is basically a tutorial for you what you have to set up for the first time when you use ActiveCampaign to make your life easier. And I'd like you to scroll down and go to the provide your mailing address. Make sure you provide that one because this is very important. If you don't have your mailing address, you cannot send any emails out, because legally you bound to include your mailing address in every single email that you're sending. So my menu becomes so tiny. Let me go back. Then you have your contacts. This is where you can see all your contacts, whoever signed up for your mailing list, and you can do searches in here. So if you go to the search, you can type in any name, like let's type in me. And it will show you if you have that contact or not. It's just hard to see on my phone at the moment because it's tiny. But you know how to use any search, so it's just really easy. You can type in the name of the person or any detail that you have from them. So it can be phone number or it can be email address. Also, if you click on this button, you can add new contact, which I'm going to show you now how to do that. So I'm going to add myself with another email address. So first you add the first name. Let's say it's gonna be Tara. Then you add the second name, Virginia, and then you can add the email address. Yeah, it's a bit difficult on the phone. Here it is. And I added it twice accidentally. Okay.
And then you can add the phone number if they have. If they not, then you just leave it empty and then press add. Then you get this pop-up window. You can add these people to a list. I'm going to add myself, let's say, add to this free list. And I'm going to show you in a minute how to create lists. You can also add them to an automation if you wanted to. You can add tags. So for example, tester. And the advanced one is you can have active or inactive person. You can choose to send autoresponders or send the latest distributed campaign, which is very useful if you have a promotion or have something very good, important training or anything that you sent out, let's say 2 days before to everybody else. You can send them the last distributed campaign and they will get that one as well. When you're happy with your settings, then you press apply and you added that person to your mailing list. Now, if we go back from the contacts, I can't go back, so I'm just gonna press the home button. Then the next button is the campaigns. This is where you can set up your autoresponder. So if somebody signs up for your email list, either by a form that you create here in ActiveCampaign or by any other form that you create with any other tool, for example, JotForm, you will have your autoresponder options here. As you can see, I have a lot of emails already here. You can create different campaigns in here. For example, if you want to have if you want to send a promotional email or a regular email to your mailing list, to work with your mailing list, you know, like email marketing mails or messages, then you can use this tool as well. You just press this create a campaign button, and then you will have the option to choose which kind of campaign you want. First, you need to add the name. So I will add auto, I will add mastermind for now. And then you can choose if it's a standard, regular, one-time email campaign. This is if you just type your email by yourself and you want to send it to everyone on your list, or whichever list you want to send it to. Then you can have an automated one, which is going to send the people a certain sequence that you set up for yourself. And you can choose the autoresponder, which is the one that when somebody subscribe, automatically send them an email. Then you can send them a split testing, which means you can have 2 different kind of content and test which one works better, which one the people click more or interact more. And the other 2 I haven't tested yet, so I don't really know about them. Now we're going to create an autoresponder. And once you select which one you want, you need to press the next button. Then you can choose which list you want it to go to. I'm not going to choose a list now because I'm going to create a new list and I will add that one. So for now I just press next. Hoppa. Okay, so you need to choose at least one list. I will click this one now, but I will change it later. So then you click next once you've chosen at least one list. And then here you can choose a template for your email. They give you custom templates, and you can save your emails as a template as well when you work. I did save some of my template, and I have one for sign up to the email list. You can preview or select. I think I pressed the select already. Then you need to type in the subject. So I will say thanks for subscribing. And then you can, if you click on this this lighting bolt, you can add personalization. So for example, but I want to add it in the end. You can add the first name, and it's always good to use people name in the subject. That way is more likely that they're going to open your email. And I just need to add the space here. Right, that's perfect. Then you press continue. And there it is. This is how your email look like. You have your title. Now in the top, you have your editing tools in here. This is the color of the background. This is the size of the letter. This is the color of the text. This is obviously where it is, how is it going to look like, left side, right side, or middle, in the middle of the page. Then I think this is the width, how wide your text going to be, but I never used that one before. Now, if you click on any part of this email to edit, then you will have your next tool set. And again, this one is your font. This one is the size of your letters. This one is the color of your letters. This is bold, italic, or underscore. Again, the left, the direction of the paragraph, which how you want it to look like. This is where you can link things. Here you can add images. You can personalize again, add the name of the person, or add the company name, or add phone number, or email address, whichever you have saved. And if you press this one, this here, it will give you extra options, which you can see. You can make the text come a little bit inwards, or move them back outside. You can make a list, or you can make a numbered list. You can cross through the letters. I'm not sure about the other two buttons because I never use those. Here you can type whatever you want. If you want to add new things, in the right side you see this other menu here.
This have lots of options. If you press the insert, you can add different blocks to this page. For example, you can add the video or a button or image, and to add them you just need to press on it and pull it where you want it to be. Now on a phone, I'm not sure if it's working properly because I had a bit of a trouble with it. Yes, I think it's not working. So you need, on a phone is a bit difficult to add new things to your email. But if you have a computer, it will be easier for you to add things. I can't add at the moment from my phone. So this is the downside of ActiveCampaign, that is not really easy to use with a phone. But if you have well saved templates, you can just send the simple emails. Now when you're happy with your email, you can press the next. And then it gives you a summary. It will tell you the subject, what you set up, the header if you have one. It will tell you where it's going from, which you can edit here if you're not happy with it. It will tell you which lists will get this autoresponder. It will show the address that you have. And then what I do, I switch on the reply tracking. I think this means if you switch it on, that you're going to reply to the original email where the people contacted you from. And I always switch on Google Analytics as well, so I can see what's going on with my emails. Now if you scroll down, you have another option to send it to existing contacts or just send it to new contacts, and you can change immediately or after a specific time frame. I always leave it immediately, so whenever anyone gets on your email list, they straight away going to get this autoresponder, because that's the reason why we have an autoresponder, to straight away tell our audience when they sign up for something that what's the next step. You can send a test email, you can preview it, and it will tell you if it's gone through a spam check and if it's passed it or no. When you're happy with this, you just press finish, and your first automation is ready. Now I'm going to skip a few buttons because I want to show you the lists first. So on the left side where you see this button, that's going to be your list. And now we're going to create a new list. When you first start with ActiveCampaign, you're going to have one list already. And some people only use one or two lists and they add tags to their audience and they segment them that way. However, I do like to have separate lists, and then as you can see, I have a bunch of them. And I'm going to create one more because I need one more. So just press the add list button to create one. You will need to add the name for that list, so I will add bear with me. Okay, and then you need to add a URL.
is actually just anything you can choose as far as I know. It's just for separating the lists and to be able to store them on the, or use them by the application. I'm not really sure why we need the URL, but I think this is the section if you want to share your list or want someone to sign up for your list. This is the section that will go after your domain to make sure they sign up for this one. And you can add a text to remind yourself who is in this list. Okay, and then when you're happy with this, just press add. And now you have your new list. Here it is. Now once you have your list, you can import the contacts, as you can see here. If you click that button, you can import all the contacts on that list. Or you have other options. You can edit, view the contacts, engagement management, segments, subscribe by email, subscribe by SMS, advanced settings, copy and delete. So you have lots of options there. By the way, anywhere you see these menus, it will have similar options. You can edit the things or duplicate the things, for example, in the email section. So it's a really useful part of ActiveCampaign. Now, once we have our list, I'm going to show you how to edit your campaign, what we just set up, because I want my campaign to add this email to the new members here. So as you can see, this is originally say edit. So if you click either this blue button or you click on this edit button, you will be able to edit your autoresponder. Now on the top section here, you can go on the section where you want to go. So if you want to edit something on your email, you go to the design section. If you want to edit which list you want it to go, then you go to the list. And if you want to edit the type of the email, so it's not an autoresponder but something else, then you go here. Now I'm going to go to the list because I want to add this to my new list, not the one that I chosen before. And I just simply untick the one I don't want and tick the one that I do want. And then I can either just press save and exit or go through all the next until it's finished. And now I'm just gonna save and exit. Now we have our list, we have our first autoresponder. Let's see how we set up an automation. To do that, you need to find this button. And here you can set up so many different kind of automations. I'm just going to show you one for now on how to set up a free challenge. So again, you need to press create automation. And basically there is two ways to create an automation if you need it to be time-based. For example, you're hosting a free 5-day challenge which starts on Monday, but you want people to get the first email the Friday before that Monday. So your first email will go out on Friday. Then you can set up a time-based automation, but you can only use that if you not allow anyone to register after the first email has gone out. Because if you allow other people to register after the first email has gone out, those people will be stuck on the top of the automation and they won't receive anything. Now, if you want them to receive the emails, then you need to set up a goal-based automation, and this is what I'm going to show you now how to do it. Because that way, if the first email goes out on Friday and somebody signs up on Sunday, and then your next email will go out on Monday, those people who signed up on Sunday, they won't get the Friday email, but they will still get the Monday and onwards. So, first, I would like you to go to Start from Scratch. There are so many options in here, but the easiest way to go is to start from scratch, because then you design your automation the way you want it. And I think you need to scroll to the end and say next or something. Yes, here is the next button. Now this is how your automation look like. Again, we see, oops. Okay, so it's already triggering you to do the first action. You need to choose what triggers this automation, what makes the automation start. So for now, we're gonna go for a subscribe to a list, because we want people to get into this automation when they signed up for our free challenge. Then you need to add which list you want them to subscribe. You can choose any list, or I will choose the one I just created. And then you can choose how many times it runs, once or multiple times. I leave it once, so people can only get it once. Now you can segment the contacts, or you cannot. You want to leave it without segmentation. For being easy, I leave it without segmentation now. But when you segment them, you can create two different kind of campaign to test which one works better. Then you press the Add Start. Now I just click this off so I can show you around. Now this is how it look like. Our automation will start when somebody signs up to that email list what we chosen. Or if you wanted to, you can add another trigger, but I'm not going to add one now. Now, if you want to add a next step, you need to press this button. And once you add the next steps, you will have these buttons, plus button, after every single section. And again, you can see we have this menu on the right side. So this is the menu where you can just pull in things if you wanted to, but I'm thinking it's not going to. Oh, yes, it's working. See, you can just pull it there, and you going to send them an email. But I don't want to send them an email yet. So the first thing we want to do is set a goal. So you go to Condition and Workflow and find Goals. Now we need to set a goal. So for example, your first email will go out on Friday, which is, today is Saturday 24th. So let's say yesterday was 23rd. The goal will be sign up, for example. Always need to give a name, but it's just for you. And we're going to create a goal. So you need to press this button. And we're going to create the goal that we will set an exact time and date what has to come for the people to get the email. So select the condition. You will choose date and time, which is right here in the bottom. And then you need to scroll down until you find the current year and your location. Do not set it to your audience location, like it say contacts time zone. Set it to your own time zone. That way every single email goes out at the same time and is not going to cause trouble with your automation. So I'm going to choose the current year, Europe, London. And it's automatically going to fill it up for this year for you, so you don't need to do anything. Then you need to press this next button as add another condition. You can choose to have it end or, but for this goal to work, we need to keep it as end. So it has to be 2021, and probably you guessed it, we need to choose date and time again, and we need to find the current month in your location. And then you need to change the month to the month where we are now, and we are in July. And then again we need to add another condition. Choose again the date and time and find the current day of the month. Again in your location. And I said 23rd. So I'm going to set this to 23rd, which would be Friday. And then again, we need to add another one, which is going to be the time. So again, you go date and time, find the current time in your location is right at the end of the list. And then you set a time for yourself. I'm gonna set 6 a.m. And then it's done. Press this green button. Because of the help button is on the layout, I can't really see what it say, but press the green button. Now you have your first goal, and we need to choose whether this goal is below contact's position or anywhere. Leave it as below contact position. So when they enter the automation, they're going to be in the top of the automation. So we want them to be above than the goal. And then you need to choose what happens if the contact does not meet the goal condition. So I want you to change that to wait until the conditions are met. That way they're going to wait at this goal point until they reach any other goal in the automation. And then press save. Now we have our goal, and now we can send them an email. So when people join to your automation, they're going to start here. Then ActiveCampaign will check if they meet this goal or not. If they have not met the goal, they will stay here. Once the goal is arrived, so the time and date is correct and they met the goal, then they're going to move forward here to the next step. So let's set up the email. And then you can press create an email. Now you need to add the name, and only you're gonna see this name. Let's say day 1 or welcome. Welcome. And then press create. It's automatically going to open the editor for you. Now, I'm not going to walk you through how to create an email because I assume everybody knows how to create an email, and I already showed you previously. So I'm just going to press save and exit, but you make sure to fill out your email before you go to the next step. Then press save. And then what you want to do basically, you always want to add a goal and the next step. So we're going to have the first goal here, and then we have our first email. And then we're going to create another goal, and then we scroll down and create the next email, and so on, as far as you want to send them the emails. So normally in a free challenge we have one email in the morning for the tasks, one email for the ask me anything thread, and one email for the live video at night time. If you have a 3-day challenge, then in the middle of the days, so day 2, you can have an extra email for promoting your offer. Or if you have a 5-day challenge, we normally have this promotion on day 3. And what I normally do is I send the promotional email on day 4, because I'm promoting the offer on the live video on day 3. So all you have to do is set goal and email, goal and email, goal and email, as many email as you need. And then you're going to press the plus and condition and workflow. And then you're going to press this button, end this automation. It's always good to end the automation, not just leave it hanging. So now we ended our automation, and you can name your automation. It's just telling me now, I forgot here. So let's just name this training. Okay. And then before you leave this page, on the top section you see this 2 button. When you're ready with your automation, make sure to activate it. That way it will be working, and straight away if anybody sign up for your email address, what you set up, they will enter into this automation and sit right at the top until they met the first goal. So I hope this was helpful for you. Now let's see what else button we have here, what may be important. Yeah, so on the left side you're gonna see this globe. Those are the place, this is a button where you can create your sign up forms. And if you have the pro version, this is the place where you can create landing page as well and site tracking. But for now, I'm going to show you the forms. So as you can see, I already have 3 forms already. Again, as before, you just create a form by pressing the button. I'm just going to name this training again. And then on the basic plan, you have only inline form available. And then you can choose the action. So what's going to happen if they fill this form out. You can add the tag or email results for them, if it's a quiz, for example, or something like that, or subscribe to a list. I would add subscribe to a list because that's our goal, to send people our registration form so they can subscribe. And then you tell this form which list you want them to subscribe to. So let me just choose my new list. And you can have more options as well. Let's say add the tag as well. Let's add the tag, and I add paid member. Okay, so they're going to, when they fill out your form, they're going to be subscribed to that list, and they're going to have the tag paid member. So now press create. And here you can edit your form. So first of all, you can add the fields that you need. You have a full name and email address. I normally change the full name into press add custom fields, and you can add first name, and have it as general details and text input. So I normally collect first name, second name instead of full name. Yes, so where is it gone? I don't know where is it gone, but you can delete this. So I want to delete the full name, and I'm going to add the first name here. General detail input add. For some reason it doesn't want to work for me now, but normally what I do is just add the first name, second name, and then oh, here it is. It's just not working well on a phone again. So hopefully you're using a computer and you can sort this out, but on the phone I'm struggling at the moment. So you just add the fields that you need in here from the right side. And then you can go to the style and you can change the layout, how it look like, what colors do you want to use. You can change the color, you can change the color of the text, you can change the font of the text, you can add the border, let's say 5, and you can change the color of the border. This is a very ugly form. You can change if it's a solid or dotted or dashed or double. Let's make it double. You can change the width of the form, I think. Then you can change the look of the button. So you have so many options here to choose from. You can add the border for the button as well. Let's add the red border. Okay. You can choose again if it's solid, dotted, dashed, or double. You can change the corner radius, so it's more rounded if you want it to. You can change the padding so it has more space between the word and the button. And then once you're happy with it, you can integrate it or trigger automation. If you press the integrate, I haven't tried the trigger automation, so I'm not going into that now. Once you press the integrate, you have different options. You can embed it with this code. Either choose the simple embed if you want to use a simple short version, or the full embed. These are for websites normally. Or you can have a link. If you want to send a link for someone, then you can just send the link and people click on the link and get to this form and they can fill the form out. Or you can have it on your WordPress. For adding it to your WordPress without embedding it, you need to have the ActiveCampaign plugin on your WordPress website. And there's an option as well to add to your Facebook, which I haven't been able to try for some reason. I'm not sure. I think Facebook blocked me to do it for something. Anyway, if you're happy, just press the save and exit, and you're going to have your form ready. Now I'm just going to exit from this form now because I know I don't need this. Okay, I need to exit the other way. And then you have all the lists of your automations. And again, you have different options what to do. You can preview your form, you can integrate it, you can see statistics on how many people filled it in and what they filled in. You can duplicate or delete. And this is about forms. Now let's see one more thing in here. You can have analytics. See analytics of your email marketing. I never checked this field, but this is cool. It shows you how many people opened your emails and clicked the links from what you have sent out, which is really good to know. Then the other thing you should know is this heart button. Basically, this is where you can refer someone. So if you want to send a link for somebody to sign up to ActiveCampaign and you want to get rewarded for it, you just need to come here and copy this link and you can share it. So people, whenever somebody sign up, it will count how many people clicked on it, how many person get referred by you, how many commissions did you get from it, which is a cool thing. And another thing you should know about is this button here. This is the setting button. And if you want your ActiveCampaign to work with different applications, you will need to find the API code or key, which is going to be in this list. You need to look for the developer option. By the way, this is the setting, so you can set up all your user information and advanced setting and domains and tracking and everything. But I just want to show you the developer options, because this is where are your API URL and key, which you need to copy when you link ActiveCampaign with another tool. And also, if you press this button here, then you can see your billing and upgrades. You can contact with the support team. You can view your open support tickets and log out and see how much you are in your contact limits. So I hope this tutorial was helpful for you. If it was, then consider subscribing so you can see all the other tutorials that I'm going to create.
and happy emailing.
Now, another essential tool that every business definitely gonna need is creating forms for your business. It could be a feedback form to collect your testimonials. It could be a survey to collect information from your audience to know what to do next. Or it could be a registration form if you do courses or sell services. So it could even be a product selling form if you wanted to. So that's why I included my favorite tool, which is JotForm. And the bad thing about JotForm is I think you only able to have 4 or 5 forms per email address. But nowadays, I'm sure you have more than one email address, as I do as well. So I think I'm using 2 of my email addresses now, and is enough to have all the forms that I need for my business. So without further ado, let's watch the video on how to use JotForm to create your forms for your business.
Welcome. This is your screen share training on how to use JotForm to create sign-up forms or surveys or any other forms that you need in your business. Now, when you go to jotform.com slash login, this is the page that you get. Probably it's not going to say welcome back because you are new. You can either log in or sign up with your Gmail account or Facebook, or I'm just going to sign up as a new person now. The only downside of the free JotForm that you have a limited amount of forms that you can create. I think it's 4 or 5, but for me, I'm using 2 email addresses, and the limits that I have are enough for my business with that 2 email address. So I just press sign up with email, and I'm going to add my name. So I added my name. I need to change my address there, and you need a password now, and you need to tick I agree and sign up. Now you are signed up. You can download the application as well, but now I'm just showing you on the web. So the first thing we want to do is create a form. And it's gonna tell you to verify your email address, which we're going to click on. And I think it's not going to let us do anything until we verify our email address. So I'm going to quickly do that, and then I'll be back. So I verified my email address, and I'm here now. And it's prompting me to build my first form. So it's awesome. We just want to start building a form. And it goes back to the home screen. So create a form. There it is. Okay, it's asking some information about your business. So I'm going to fill this in, and then I'll be back. So I filled that form in, and now we have options to create a form from scratch, or use a template, or import from another form. Now the import is a very cool tool. You can import a form, I think, from every other form, even though if it's not yours. But for now, we are going to start from scratch. Then you can choose the classic layout, or you can choose a card form. I like the classic one, but it's totally up to you. Now, this is the main menu, what you see. This one up here. First of all, we need to finish the build section. So once we build our form, then we're going to go to the settings and we set up every thing that we need, and then we're going to go to the publish section. If you click this button, you will see a preview of your form. Now this button adds extra element to your form, and this button lets you change the layout and the look of the form. Also, here you can add your logo. Now, I'm not going to add every single thing in here now because this is for you only, but of course it's always good to add your logo here. So when you press on that one, it pop up a new window for you, and you can upload your image or enter a URL, and you will have your logo uploaded. Now you can add extra elements if you press that button, and you can choose so many. So you can ask their name, full name, which is going to separate it anyway, so you just have to pull it there and drop it there. Really easy to use this one, and as you can see, it's separated first name and last name. Now if you see on a computer, this section will be here on the right side of the box. So if you press this button, you can set up how this section functioning for you. So you can change the question, you can change the alignment, you can make it required, and you can duplicate as well. Now there are other options. You can add the middle name, you can add the prefix, a suffix if you want. I normally don't do those. And there are advanced options. You can add placeholders if you want, you can add the hover text if you want. You can make it read only or make it shrink. If you make it shrink, then it looks better in my opinion. You can hide it. So lots of things you can do here. Now we have our first section, so add another one. We are collecting email addresses, so obviously we need to have an email in here. Okay. Now anytime if you want to change any of these sections, you see these arrows, you can move them up and down, or you can delete it, and this will be always the settings. Then we can add address, phone address. You can add the date picker if you want to schedule an appointment. You can add the signature field, so people need to sign your form. If it's a survey, you can create fill in the blank sections, which could be really useful. You can add products, which means you can sell in here. Then we have short text, is basically this is a short text field. If you add a long text, then they have lots of space to write something. If you add a paragraph, you can type in your terms and conditions, for example. You can add drop-down menu to choose what they want to choose, or a single choice or a multiple choice option. You can have numbers, you can add images or files, you can upload files, or I think this is for them to upload a file. Let me see. Yes, so if you drop this one here, then you can ask them to upload a file. For example, if you're collecting a feedback form and you want to use their name and picture with the feedback, you can ask them to supply you with a picture that they want you to use. You can add the captcha to make it secure. Even have a spinner there. This is very funny. So many things. You can add star ratings, scale ratings, dividers, page break, so many things in here. If you go to payments, you can link your Square, PayPal, Authorize, Stripe, Braintree, WordPay, Molly, CyberSource accounts, and these are really easy. So if I would want to create a product, if I'm selling something, I can add my Stripe button here. And then it will ask me to link my Stripe. So when you press the Connect Stripe account, you will need to add your API keys information in here, and then it's already linked. You can create your products in here. So it's really easy to use. And as you can see, they will need to fill their name, the credit card, and once they press submit, you will be paid. What else is here? You have also widgets, which are terms and conditions, for example. So do play around and see whatever you like in here or what not, and whatever you need. Now, if you want to change the layout or how it look like, you press that painting brush, or what was that, painting roller, and you can choose different shames, color shames, and also you can change the colors by yourself. So many options. We can make it any color we want. We can choose an image if we want it to as a background. We can change the text color. Then we can change the style. So we can change the width and the alignment, question spacing, label width, font size, button style. So it's really customizable. You can choose different themes if you like any of them. They are really nice. And you can change the layout here as well if you want to make it a card form or a classic form. Now if you press this button in the corner, that will show you how it look like. You see right now, this is how it look like. And we can also see, this is the desktop look, but you can check how will it look like in a tablet or on a phone. And you can test it if you press the fill form button. Now we just go out from the view mode. Now once you're happy with your design and you have everything that you need in here, then we go to the settings. Here you can name your form, and basically this name will appear when you edit the domain of the form. So let's put test here, and here you can change if it's enabled or disabled on date. If you want this form to be active for a certain amount of time, then you can choose disable on date, or you can disable on date and submission limit. So lots of options again. If you want it to work, then you just press enable, and there are more options as well.
which is more like inside setting of the form. You can have translations, for example, for password protection. So then in here in the left side we have a menu, which this one is important. This is where you set up the email that they receive after they fill up this form. So you can edit this notification email or add another email, and you can edit that email as well. So it can be an autoresponder or it can be an email. So let's send an autoresponder. Okay, so this is telling me that we need to add a checkbox here in the form if we want to send an autoresponder on an email. So make sure you include that. Otherwise, it won't allow you to add the form. So anyway, I'm sure you can create an email. Here are the conditions, which is again important. Here you can hide and show fields if they are not relevant. So for example, if somebody give you a feedback and you have a question, can I use your feedback in my marketing? If they say no, then you can hide the rest of the form, which is asking them to provide a picture or provide any other information that you can share. So lots of options here as well. You can change the thank you page according to what they put in the fields. So just look around, what do you need in the conditions? They are really useful. Okay, so actually these emails are new. I thought that was the thank you page, but now I can see basically this is what I meant before. This is the thank you page that you can change. And this is the email that they receive after they fill in the form. So the thank you page, you can choose different types and you can change, totally customize this as well. This is how it will look like. Now on a phone it's look horrible now, so I can't really show you around. But I'm sure you'll be able to create your thank you form. Because this is very editable. So here we have the text size. I think this is the text format or what kind of font you have. You can make it bold, italic, alignment. You can make color writing of the text in here. You can add the link or add an image. Add the button. I don't really know these ones. I never use them. But when you are on a computer and you hover over these buttons, they will tell you what they are exactly. Now integration, this is important. Here is where you can link your ActiveCampaign or any other email marketing tool, for example. So you just search ActiveCampaign. Okay. And it will pop up for you. Then you press on it and it will allow you to link to your ActiveCampaign. As you can see, it's asking you to provide API URL and API key. Now let me show you where it is. So first of all, I have to find my ActiveCampaign. I have so many tabs open. Here it is. So when you log into your ActiveCampaign account, you need to find this gear, and then you need to find the developer options. This is where you find your URL. I'm just gonna copy this and go back to my JotForm, and you need to add it to the URL, and then you go back and you copy the key. Here it is. Copy the key and add that one to the API key field. And then you need to press authenticate. So it's loaded now. Now you need to select what's going to happen with your ActiveCampaign account in the JotForm. So we're going to create or update a contact. And then you need to choose which list you want it to go to. So I'm going to add my list here. So for this to work, you need to have your at least one list ready in ActiveCampaign. You can add the tag as well, but you can only choose tags that you already have in ActiveCampaign. So I'm going to add the paying customer. And then you need to match the fields from JotForm to ActiveCampaign so it can work correctly. Once it normally does it itself, but sometimes you need to change it. Once it's ready, press the test integration. Okay, so it needs to be, let's find email. Full name is name. I think it's not working because I haven't filled the form yet. But every time I create a JotForm, they always work. So don't worry if you get this error message like I do. Not sure why is it happening, but everything's set up correctly, so it must be working. So press the save, and then anybody fills this form out, it will create a contact on your ActiveCampaign for you. And then make sure to press the complete integration for having it done, and then press the finish. And now you linked your ActiveCampaign to JotForm, so it's going to grow your email list for you. If you have a team, you can have a pro workflows, but I don't use these things now. So let's go to the next tab to publish. Once we are in a publish field, you can change the name of in the link by clicking on this pencil. And what it's doing, as you can see, it already changed my name to what I have as a form name. You can leave it like that, or you can keep changing if you want. Make sure to press the apply button. Once it's saved, you can just copy link and share it with anyone you want. Or you can send it as an email or share the form. Now, anytime you're ready with the form, you can just go to the menu here. I think that's gonna drop us to the main menu. No. If you press the pencil logo, then it's gonna drop you to the main menu. Now you see your forms that you created, and if you tick any of that, then you will have options to see you can edit the form, you can see the inbox, and you have lots of options here. As you can see, you can publish the form again, or share as a template, or assign the form to someone, or create a pre-fill. You can see the submissions, so all the people who filled in your form. You can see analytics from your form. So many options here. You can view how it's look, you can edit again, you can change the settings, rename, clone. I think this is a disable, but I can't see from my layout. Yeah, so many options. Archive and delete, or archive and delete. Sorry, my pronunciation. English is my second language. So I hope this was helpful for you. And if you'd like to see more training videos on how to use certain tools, then make sure to subscribe to my channel and press the bell button to get notifications every time I have a new video for you. And happy email collecting! And now this is the end of the week 5. I hope it was helpful, and you see how can you save lots of time for you. Of course, as I mentioned before, in the VIP I go deeper in this topic because I have lots of time on my hand in the course. You know, I have a full week to cover everything, and so in the VIP I cover chatbots as well, and also how to integrate everything. But you saw in the video already, I showed you how to use the API code and key to integrate your tools, and basically every single tool can be integrated with that one. And if not, then you still have the option to use Zapier, which is an online application that can link to other applications together, which normally would not work together. So I hope you got value from this week, and let's get cracking for the week 6, which is going to be about selling, and this is going to be the last week of our course. Welcome back, and this is your last week in the masterclass. I'm glad that you're still here. That means you have the determination to bring your business to success. So congratulations for you. Now this the sixth week is all about selling, to get everything out there and start earning from your business. Yeah, finally. So I want to start with some information that you might confused about. Like, I don't know how much you know about funnels, but for example, for me, that was a bit tricky question, because English is my second language, and I did not know the meaning of the funnel in my language, in English. I didn't know is the funnel actually mean the stuff that you're using to pour liquid from one thing to the other thing. So I had no clue what they mean by when they say use your funnels, and they wanted to sell you expensive funnels and programs to use your funnels. And so I never get into it. But now I know that how silly is this? Is actually, you don't need to pay for platforms to have your funnels. You might already have your funnels. For example, a very easy funnel you already learned from the Facebook tutorial, that when you optimize your Facebook profile, people can find your group from your Facebook profile, and then they join your group and they see the content in the group, and eventually they become customers. That is a kind of funnel. So what is a funnel though? The funnel actually is a thing that I would call it is a path, is a road that you're walking your cold audience, you're walking the cold audience through to become warm audience and paying clients in the end. So the cold audience is basically people who never heard of you before, who just jumped into your life now. And the warm audience is those who already know, like, and trust you. So they are ready to buy. Now there are so many multiple ways to create, to have funnels, and another word for the funnels is lead generation. So basically that means how you grab those people who don't know you yet and turn them into paying customers. And this is an essential part of business because we can't always just market to our warm audience, because more than 50% of our audience will not buy straight away. They are not ready to buy. So we need to think of them and need to care for them and need to walk them through on a path to make them feel comfortable paying for us, for our services and products. So there are multiple types of lead generations. The most common are worksheets, cheat sheets, PDFs. The very famous one right now, what you can see all over Facebook, is 5 days challenges, when you actually have a course like this one, similar like this one, but it's spread out to 5 days. And every day they learn a different task and they have a different exercise to do. And in the end of the day, the week, they have some kind of benefit from it. So basically, a good lead generation is a quick win for your audience, something that they get some good value of, yet something that tells them that you are expert on what you're doing, so you know your shit exactly what you're doing, and something that drives them to somewhere. So there has to be a call to action in the end to let them know what to do next. And they need to subscribe to your YouTube channel, or you want them to go to your free group, or you're selling something. Let them know what's the next step, what they need to do. So after the challenges, we have masterclasses, we have webinars, and there's a cool thing what I'm going to do soon is called evergreen webinar. When you host a live webinar and then it stays on the platform and everybody can watch it over and over and over again by registering. So it's, I mean, not everybody watch it again, but every other new people can register again. And you don't need to be present all the time. You just recorded it once and it's there and it's doing the work for you. Lead magnet can be also your YouTube channel, for example. You're giving values in your videos and in the description, and then people get to know you. And in the description, you can include your affiliate links or your product links and stuff like that. So I hope that makes sense and you can have some idea on what kind of lead generation tools you can create for yourself. Now I want you to think about the products that you discovered for yourself. I'm pretty sure that you are not going to sell one kind of thing. And if you are in a service, you might going to start with one kind of things, for example, one-to-one coaching. But eventually, as you grow your business, you will have different offers. You might gonna add the group coaching, or you might gonna add the webinars or courses or something else. We have a very useful tool and it's called the value ladder. And it looks something like that. So basically, I think it's in a mirror now. Very good. I didn't know my image is in mirror. So anyway, it's just a stepping stones, or like a ladder or stairs. And what it means is like you add all your offers in this ladder, starting with the cheapest one and the less value one. And in the top, you will have the most expensive offer that you have, which gives the most value for your clients. So for example, in my case, I have my free stuff in the beginning. So these are my free 5-day challenges, my free group and the trainings in the free group. This course, what you are taking now, is a free course. My PDFs, my worksheets, they are all free. And my YouTube channel as well. Then I have my books, which is, well, normally I have 2 books already published, but they are a different niche. But I'm going to publish very soon 2 other one, and those are going to be like 7 to 10 pounds or perhaps 50 maximum, depending on the value what's in the book. And then I have my courses. So the course is like from £100 to £200, or maybe to even more. It's depend. I'm personally, lots of people price differently because they want to have high ticket offer, but I personally don't believe in high ticket offers, and I don't really want to use them as long as I can avoid it, especially because my ideal clients are people who wants to do their business on a low budget. So how am I supposed to ask them to pay me thousands to learn the tactics what I'm teaching if you know, if they have a low budget? So that's why I have low prices on my courses. But you will see different of these things from every course you take from other coaches or other people if you learned before. The basic idea is to put these things in a level, like every step is higher in a level, higher in a value what you give. That's why higher the price as well. So I have my courses here for about 100 to 200 pounds. And then I have my group coaching for 200 to 500, for example. These are just examples. And then I can have my one-to-one coaching. Recently, I have my one-to-one coaching program is the 6 sessions program, and is £449 at the moment. But I'm not marketing that right now. Because I have a bit difficulty with time in my hand. But so I'd like you to create your value ladder and add all the details in there. What are you going to sell and offer for your customers? So then you can reach more people, not just one kind of, not just the beginners, for example. You can reach the more advanced people, or someone who's already in you know, high achiever, or already in the business or something like that. So it's a really useful tool. Now the next thing we should think about is a strategy on selling. And basically I learned a really good strategy from Dean Graziosi, and it's called hook, story, bridge and close. And I'm going to teach you this method now. So basically, when we create our pitches, our videos or content to sell something, it's always good idea to start, it's necessary to start with a hook. It's actually something, a 1 sentence or 2 sentences that grab the attention of the people and stop them scrolling through social media. It can even be your visual. For example, on Facebook, if you add an image and the image contains a yellow color in it, that will be more likely for people to see that post than if it's not have the yellow, because the yellow color will give a good contrast with the Facebook's blue interface. However, now it might not that relevant because I personally have my dark mode on my Facebook, so my Facebook is black, and I'm not really sure how much contrast black and yellow gives, but I think it's still a pretty good contrast. So the hook can be something like very powerful question. For example, like, who here, have you ever wanted to start a business but didn't know where to, what kind, or didn't know where to even start? Or people might, if you are in a health industry, you can do something like, did you try multiple diets and weight loss products for having still, but still struggling with losing your weight, or the kilograms keep coming back, or something like that. I will show you a 2-minute videos in a second where you can see it well crafted, how to create your hook. But really useful tool, what I really love to use is headline checker, and I include that link in the description. I use that all the time. It tells you if you need any additional words in your sentence, if you need power words, if you need numbers. Numbers are really good in titles to have like top 3 tips, or top 5 tips, or 7 mistakes you always make when you try to batch cook, or something like that. So people and our mind like to resonate with numbers. Then when you include things like free, that's people tend to jump on. Or if you include words like now, that's again a word that is a trigger word to get people to click on your post. Now once you have your hook, you grab their attention, then you need to choose a small portion of your life that you can link to your offer. A small event that happened in your life that will resonate with them, and that will be able to show them why you are the right person to buy that product from. And you will see my example in the video in a second as well. And then, we have a call to action in the end to tell them how much is the product, and how do you, how can they pay for you, what they need to do next. It have to be clear, nice and clear instruction on what they need to do. Don't make them search for the solution. Tell them exactly, click the link below, or click the button below, or send me an email, or send me a message or something. Tell them exactly what to do to grab the offer that you're offering. And the bridge is between the story and the call to action, because it can be kind of funny, or sound a bit strange if you are telling a story and straight away you jumping into pitching some things to people. So there are some kind of sentences you can use. For example, if you are in the self-education industry like me, you can say things like, I did the hard work creating this course for you. Now it's your time to take action. And then you start explaining your offer, how much they have to pay and whatever they need to know about it. Now, when you explaining your offer, make sure to list the benefits in the offer, not the features. Tell them what they're gonna get, what benefits where they gonna be after they finished your program. And you will see an example in the video as well. Now, I'm going to show you my very first 2 minutes pitch video, and I'd like you to think about what's wrong with that video. I was really proud of that video, but I knew it wasn't good enough, and I knew exactly why, because I was practicing and I know the reason. But I want you to figure it out what's wrong with the video. So let's see the video now.
Are you a single parent without support? Your kids are all day in the childcare so you can work to provide for them. You hardly get any quality time together, but constantly worrying about their future. What if you could turn your passion and existing skills to a business to save time and money to spend with your kids? I was there, back in Hungary in 2011, after delivering my twin boys. I've gone home to a mother shelter, I didn't know what to do, how to get a job without childcare. Eventually, my maternity has finished and I lost my kids. After that, I've been through living hell, homelessness, prostitution, drug use, physical, mental and sexual abuse. I can't allow anyone else to go through that pain. That's why I'm so passionate about my new course. I wish I knew what I know now back then. I wish I knew about the self-education industry, and I wish I had the tech that we have now in 2021. But you can have all of that if you click the link below. This is not a get-rich-quick solution, but a life-changing opportunity, but you won't regret. And if you do, I have a 30 days money-back guarantee, so you actually don't risk anything. I did the hard work creating a course for you to turn your passion and existing skills to a business on a low budget. Now it's your turn to take action. So if you're ready to take control of your life and make your dreams a reality, stop the non-stop worrying about your kids' future, then click the link below. Sign up and I'll see you inside.
Now, after watching this video, I'm wondering whether you know what's wrong with it. For me, the biggest issue is not just the thing that I was reading, the script that I wrote for myself, but the biggest issue is that I didn't look at the camera. So I lost the connection between my audience and myself. It's always essential when you shoot a video, don't watch yourself like I would watch in here. Look at the camera. Where the camera is on your phone or on your device, look at that tiny circle. It will be difficult in the first couple of try. It will be really strange to look at that tiny spot, especially if you have a ring light like I do. Sometimes my eyes just burning by the time I finish with my video. But if I'm not looking at the camera, then I lose the connection between the people who are watching and between me. So in that 2-minute video, you probably didn't feel so personal or didn't feel that I'm talking to you because I wasn't looking at your eyes. But when you are looking in the camera, it feels like the receiver feels like if you are looking at their eyes and you're creating eye contact. So it's really important to do that. Now, as a comparison, I fixed that video, I shooted it again, and I would like you to see the new one, to see what's the difference. However, I do know that the second version is not perfect as well, because in the second version I had a bad lighting and I didn't realize it. So make sure when you shoot your videos that you have a good lighting, just like you see now, everything nice and clear. In the video you will see my window, even though I had the, you know, I don't know what it's called now, but you know, the thing that you close so the sun don't come through. And I had it closed, yet the sun still shined through it. So on the video I have a strange shine going through behind my back. But just concentrate on the concept of the video, on how I talk and what I'm saying, and try to absorb what you need to do in your pitches to see how you can use these tools and how you can create your own offers, create your own promotional posts similar way like I do mine. So let's see the 3-minute video.
Have you ever wanted to start a business but push the idea aside for some reason? Perhaps you don't know what kind of business to do or where to even start. Starting a business can be very intimidating, time-consuming, and overwhelming sometimes. I know, I've been there. I spent months and years on YouTube watching videos. I've joined free challenges and masterclasses. I read lots of books, and I even paid hundreds for courses to learn just the basics, how to get my business set up and running. I was very sad to realize that most of the people don't have any material that will walk you through
from the beginning, from how to even find out what kind of business to do until your first sales, to have every single step that you need. That's why I'm so excited, because I've created a course just for you that includes everything that you need. This 6 weeks intensive course will show you how to turn your passion and existing skills into a business on a low budget in 6 weeks. So if you are ready to build your dream business, click the button below and sign up now. Now, whoever signs up for the course will also have access to a private group where I'm going to host regular group coaching sessions, and you will have a chance to ask any questions that you have during these 6 weeks and beyond. Now, this course is not a get-rich-quick solution. So if you are looking for a magic wand to create your business and get rich quick, you are in a wrong place. But if you are someone who's going to take action and willing to do the work, and someone who can trust the process, you are in the right time and the right place right now. Because right now, you have access to an introductory price for only £111 until the 1st of August, when the course will be ready and running up on the platform. So don't waste the time, go click the button below and sign up now, so you won't need to look anymore and you don't need to waste your time and money to get your business up and running. You're not convinced yet? Don't worry, you are literally not risking anything. If you are not satisfied with my course, you will have 30 days to cancel at any time, and I'm going to pay you back every single penny. And these 30 days will start from the 1st of August, obviously, when you will have access to the course. So I did the hard work to create this course for you, to help you out, to get your business up and running. Now is your turn to take action. Press the button below and join us, and let's build your business up together right now. Now, as you could see, this 3 minutes video was way better than the 2 minutes one, because it was focused. It had the eye contact between you and me, and it explained everything that you needed to know. And here I want to mention some other stuff that you should consider. When I said, if you want a magic wand, you are in the wrong place, that was there for a reason. You need to have some elements in your offer to make sure people know if this is for them or if this is something that's not for them. If you need to make sure that you are not promising that things that are not possible, or things that they're not going to guarantee, you can't guarantee. And you should never promise money guarantee, like how much they're going to earn, how fast, because you know why? Because you can't guarantee the effort they're going to put into your course or anything that you are selling. So even though if you give the full of your attention and make the best of the course what you can and give them the best value possible, you still can't guarantee that they're going to earn as much as you do or someone else, because you don't know how much they're going to work on it, and you don't know their circumstances. So make sure to include something to let them know, to deal with their excuses. For example, when I mentioned the money back guarantee, that's the excuse of whether if it's for me or not, or if they're not sure that it's some investment that they should do. With the money back guarantee, I tell them that basically if they are not sure, they are not happy, they get their money back. So I eliminate the factor that they are risking their money, because they get it back. So I hope it's helpful for you, and I'm really glad that you take this masterclass. I'm pretty sure you already have lots of tools and lots of work to do and lots of things you can do to start your business. I'm pretty sure you already found the perfect business for you. But I also know that this time, what we have together is a 2-3 hours time, is not enough to cover everything step by step. And I hope you understand that my intention is to help you as much as I can, because I don't want you to be in a situation like I was. I don't want you to waste months and years and hundreds of pounds on going through this learning curve by yourself. I want to be here for you to hold your hand and walk you through the process of setting up your business as quick as possible, with as much help as possible, to get it with less stress in your life. So if you really passionate about your business and you really want to get going, and you know you need to get it done, and you determined about your business, I would really recommend you to upgrade to VIP. It's only £111 and you get an incredible value. The course I included in this, the course, how I build it up for you, it's 6 sessions, 6 modules for 6 weeks. And I'm pretty sure other people, other coaches would sell those 6 modules separately for lots of money, each of them minimum £95, because they contain very big amount of value. And I wanted to include everything for you to have it in one place, so you don't need to buy courses over courses over courses. You just buy this one course and you'll be able to start your business from scratch on a low budget until you're ready to sell. And so if you are ready to jump on with me, you also gonna get your group coaching sessions in the private group, and you will have access to me. You can ask me any questions. If you get stuck with the training, you just ask and I help you out. If you have other questions, I can tailor my training materials according to your questions. So this is really priceless what you're getting in this course as a bonus. So make sure to click the link below or in the description, and sign up for the course, which is going to start on the 1st of August. And this introductory price is only available till the 1st of August, or until if I have 10 people joined, if it's over August, because I'm having technical issues at the moment. I might not going to be able to, I'm not going to stop the price in August if I'm not going to be able to put it up ready on time when I wanted to, because I wanted to get it done like 2 weeks before now already. So just to be aware that price is limited. It's either in the 1st of August or after the 10th person sign up. It will be increased according to the value which is inside this course. So don't waste time. If you want to go fast and want to go with as much help as possible, then you need this course. Make sure to click the link and sign up. And as I mentioned in the video, if you are not completely happy, on the 1st of August, the time will start when you have 30 days money back guarantee. So you will get back every single penny that you pay. And I'm glad that you've been here with me today. And do let me know how you do with your business. Message me, join my group, and let me know how you're going, because I'm really passionate about your success. I want to see you grow, and I want to see you started your business and you are getting successful. Thank you for being here, and I'm going to see you some other time. See you.